Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Eye on Port, brought to you by Star Assurance, UT Logistics, GCNet and the Royal Bank. Now, the port of Tema is going to be expanded all the way from that side where it is currently, all the way westwards to this side of the port. Now, which company is going to do that? The Meridian Port Services, the MPS, and the Port Authority have already signed the agreement to this effect. What is in this agreement? Let's find out.
What we signed on the 12th of June 2015 is very historic. Over the years, we have been dealing with rehabilitation and maintenance. This one, we signed an agreement that is intended to more or less construct what I might call a new port adjacent to the existing port. And to have a breakwater that is far longer than what we have now.
So this is supposed to expand the port to about what size are we looking at?
Expand the port that at full capacity will be handling 6 million TEUs. The first portion of it is just to take us to about 3 million TEUs. Currently we are less than 1 million.
I see.
So it tells you that we send in the port 3, 4, 5 times folds.
Okay, and was there a reason behind choosing to expand the Tema port as against building a fresh port somewhere?
Yes, it's constructing a port, even the one we are doing now. It's more or less like creating a city. It will require a whole village to come in. Yeah. First and foremost, access roads, fresh access roads into the place, widen enough, utility services, water, power, and all that's got to go in there. So if you look at the time that's required for all that, the country cannot wait because the existing facilities in the port are stretched to the maximum. Yeah. The exit points is becoming choked. So there's a need for us first to approach that.
So who then is building this port? Is it the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, or have you sourced some funds somewhere? Who is building this port?
Well, the fortunate thing for us is that since 2004, we entered into this kind of agreement with MPS, which is basically a consortium of Bolloré, APMT, the terminal management part of Epimula, and GPHA, in which GPHA has 30% shares in that. So far, since 2004, 2007, they've operated very well. And then initially they wanted to actually construct just 2 beds. And we told them that, look, according to our plan, let's go more than that. This is our scheme, and we expect that you follow our scheme or you're out. Fortunately, with the support of government, they have accepted that challenge.
I see.
And so it's MPS that's going to take the debt and execute this project.
So they are fully paying for the entire project?
Every single expense, that is going to come on this project, which the first portion of it, the major one, is the breakwater, which is going to be at 3.85 kilometers long.
I have read that some time ago there were bids out for people to come in, interested parties to come in. How did you settle on MPS to do this job?
Yes, that is true. Initially, we went out to look for potential bidders. Of course, at that time, MPS did not, even though they are our partners, they were not really keen in doing what we wanted. They wanted to do only just 2. So we went out there looking for expressions of interest. And we did get a number of companies that were prepared to sink in money. But it's also tied in with the economy of the country. And that is where the turning point came in. Each of these external bodies were coming in with foreign currency. If you're going to pump in about $1.5 billion, into a national economy in which you don't already operate, the question is, are you prepared to take the risk? Some of them were looking for kind of guarantees. How do we? Can we guarantee? Sovereign guarantee or something like that. So in the midst of all this, NPS, after they had agreed that, look, they are prepared to fall in line with our master plan, then the challenge came. Said, okay, look, this is your situation. We are prepared to take the risk with you. We've been in Ghana for all this while, and we understand. Notwithstanding the fact that there's instability as far as our currency is concerned. And that's how, I mean,
we landed on
them. That's right.
I see. And they're going to own a terminal as huge as that. What happens to the others who don't have a terminal here, the other shipping lines, MSC, China Shipping, and all of them? How do they survive?
The fortunate thing is that GPHA is still the regulator.
Okay.
So even though MPS is there as the operator with us, being a shareholder, and for that matter, sitting on their board, we take ourselves also out at the same time as the regulator and try to ensure that there's fair practice. Now, the terminal operation is said that we put in conditions as they pertain today that is going to be a common user facility. So there will be no priority given to a particular vessel over another vessel. The fact is that Bolloré is not the other partners. They are not a shipping line. They are just operators. They don't own ships. Okay. APMT, fortunately, is now delinked, even though they answer to the very top, it's not delinked from Max Line. Okay. So they are actually a terminal operator. Okay. So they are not supposed to own ships.
But it's a subsidiary of a shipping,
yes.
And they may want to succumb or help their mother company. So
yeah, the truth of the matter is that Maersk Line still controls about 15% of the world's container traffic as far as vessels are concerned. I mean, if you look at the graph, yes, and that's a huge volume, So if you look at it from that angle, if we have that relationship, it is even good for Ghana in a way, yes. But you see, we have built in certain things inside it that gives room. Now, one, as I said, as a regulator, now we will ensure that there's fairness in all the operations. And then GPHA, we bring in the vessels anyway. Now, the marine services and all that is absolutely under the GPHA control. So if we think that there's unfair treatment, hey, we're going to call the terminal operator, that's MPS, to order. Number two, to bring in future competition. We don't rule that as the traffic grows. The space that we have, currently we're looking at 4 beds. There's along the same line, we can construct another 4 beds. That makes it 8. Opposite that, we can construct another 6 or even 8 beds, all at the same draft of 16 meters.
I see.
Yes.
And this can be done by different
entities. Yeah, that's right, apart from MPS. So the concession agreement that we have signed is saying that for the first 12 years, MPS will have absolute kind of control as far as these container vessels are coming in. One, of course, what we call the investment will have to be recovered. But within that same period of time of 12 years, they got to make sure that they can increase traffic to about 2.5 million TEUs. So the operator is not just an operator who is sitting down there and ready for what comes. They also have a duty to bring in traffic, to market the system and bring in traffic, either by efficiency or by the issues of the opportunities that will be created for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Once 12 years, 2.5, once you reach that, we open up the place for any other person who wants to do container traffic in competition, no problem. If you do not reach 2.5 at 12 years, then we'll allow you, because maybe it's because of the national economy, or some other factors
beyond your control.
Exactly. We allow you 2, 3, 4, 5, maximum 6 years more. That will move you from 12 to 18 years. After that period, if you still have not reached, then our reasonable presumption is that probably it's also your own inefficiency that's contributing to it. And therefore, we're going to open it up to any other competitor in the container traffic to come in. So you see that we've got built in, and opportunities for future operators to come in. But if the traffic grows up very well, so that even by the 10th year you have hit 3 million TEUs, then it means that 11, 12, the opportunity is there for any other operator to come in. Yeah.
They assume they even hit 3 million TEUs in the second, third year, and they have up to 12 years. What happens for the rest of, say, the 9 years or the 8 years?
The investment recovery cannot certainly be recovered in 1 year. It's not possible. It's
5 years?
No, it's not likely. There's no way. You know, there's no way. So of course, this is why you can, we're going to generate all the possible scenarios, you know, the financial models and all that, the economics. Don't forget that you got to remember that we have our competitors along the line. We have.
It means that from now till the 12th year, they have exclusive container traffic. No containers don't go anywhere apart from their terminal.
What we're saying is that one, there are two issues here. The first one is that we have the existing terminal that they are operating in. Okay, in about 2 years' time, the first two berths that come into full operation, by the time they attempt to move into the third one, they will relinquish absolutely the current terminal will be completely relinquished to GPHA, which GPHA will use for general cargo, for container traffic as well, rural cargo. So it will be used basically for rural cargo and general cargo.
But not container.
But not container. There'll be some few containers that will be coming in, of course, but those are negligible. You know, vessels that will be carrying less than 200 containers will come in and discharge. Those will be, negligible.
Okay. So just so that the public understand it, vessels that have a certain, you mentioned the limit threshold of 200.
The existing concession made it that 50 plus one container all goes to MPS. Okay. We have moved it away from that, from the 50 plus one, and moved it to 200 containers. That means if you are carrying 200 containers, you know, our reasonable presumption is that you should go to MPS. Yes. If you don't go on to MPS, and maybe because there's no space or whatever reason, and we discharge them at this place, the containers will be moved to MPS.
Okay, but if you are carrying the less than 200, you have the option to come to GPHA.
And
you also have the option to go to.
If you are not a container vessel. If you are not a container, because we are general, cargo vessels. The idea is to ensure that vessels, because that terminal is designed purely for containers. The
Terminal 3 coming.
Yes, it's purely for containers, nothing else but containers.
And it looks like a lot of vessels that come in also are purely container vessels.
Not necessarily. No. In fact, within the past few months, we have had increase in general cargo vessels.
I see.
Steel, wheat, rice coming in, cement coming in, different forms. If a vessel is designed as a container carrier, that we call them cellular vessels. No, or predominantly container. We expect that you go in there. Terminal 3. The advantage there is that, of course, we will go. The requirement there is that you will be going in there to discharge the container, so that we can use that to recover. The investment. Exactly. Because we have to recognize that this whole investment is being done without any sovereign guarantee. Nobody has signed anything that in the event of you unable to pay the loan, GPHA will pay the loan. No, there's nothing like that.
In the event that there's a lot of container vessels coming in, and we start getting congestion, which is a possibility, because I recall that when the new MPS was built, over time we realized that a lot of queues are along that side. So this is a possibility. Should that happen, what do we do?
We do not anticipate that, but if it does, we still have space to go for a fifth bed. That is, if assuming that we have that full capacity, that bed 1, Terminal 3 is operating at maximum capacity.
When do we see beginning of project, and when do we see end of something?
We expect construction to start by December, latest first quarter of next year.
So those road constructions are going to be part of the project. You have the motorway, you have the Sakumono. Are they going to be done alongside the expansion project itself, or one will be done after the other?
No, we would have wished that by now the motorway would have been ahead. Yes, would have wished that by now the motorway would have been ahead.
That we already have a 6-lane motorway.
Yeah, and we would have started it. We would have started it so that it can complete before. You see, immediately you open at the port, you want cargo to start moving. So you should not open at the port and then the route struggling to get it off. That can be terrible. So we are hoping that the road network and all those sort of things should be seen to be going on and ahead. Because when the breakwater is in position, the rest is going to be
Starts,
very
yes.
it's going to be very, very fast. Yes, you know.
I heard that about 5,000 people.
I think that might be on the very conservative side, I must say.
It's likely to be more than 5,000.
It's likely to be more than
people
5,000, yes.
employed.
Because even drivers and driver mates alone will go in excess of 1,000.
There's a lot of construction works I know you have supervised and you continue to supervise, and you're doing a lot of thinking. I'm not the only one, but a lot of people have seen what is going on as far as projects and programs you've put in place is concerned. We wish you well and hope that you continue in this good strides for this country.
Good, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, the group CEO of Maersk was in Ghana, and he told all of us that as soon as the concession agreement is signed, they are ready with the cash. Let's take a listen to him.
For our part, we of course a very strong business group, so we don't have any funding issues normally. So don't see any problems there, and we will talk with our partners to make sure that everybody come up with the financing. All that is going on. So when we sign the concession agreement, that the project will be secured.
So in the very few years to come, the port of Tema is going to be the largest port in the entire West African sub-region, thanks to the concession agreement that have been signed between GPHA and MPS. Iron Port returns pretty shortly after the break. Stay with us.
I've got no need to worry. I've got no room for doubt. No matter what's coming at me, you'll always be the beautiful I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace. Your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
There's a place in my heart that makes me feel that you're the one. It's a place I wanna be, 'cause satisfaction guaranteed. From strength to strength you help me grow, 'cause you're there for me. And teach me how to be independent, 'cause you
The Royal Bank.
the Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank.
Bank you with transparency, commitment to integrity.
Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank. The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank, real banking, real difference.
UT Logistics have come to stay. When you approach a job like the way we approach it, each job is unique. Each client is unique. We provide the best service in the system. We have best staff. We are very fast. We are quick, and we save customers a lot of money. We are very transparent as well, and we approach every job with professionalism and the seriousness that it requires.
We now take a look at some news and activities happening within the ports and maritime industry.
President Mahama has praised the ongoing collaboration between Meridian Port Services and Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to expand the Tema port to about 3 times its current size.
We have signed a binding agreement to develop, if not the biggest, then one of the biggest port developments currently in Africa.
The president made the observation when GPHA and MPS called on him to brief him on a signing of a concession agreement between the two parties to expand the port of Tema and some access routes, including the motorway and the beach road, at a cost of $1.5 billion.
Why I'm excited about the work in Tema is because it's all privately funded, and it won't have to add to the problem we have with debt management. And that's why I think that it is unique and it's worth celebrating.
President Mahama said the project was the single largest project in terms of investment in the non-oil sector in the country. The construction of the additional berths in the port of Tema is expected to change the maritime system of Ghana to make it iconic in West Africa and beyond.
By the time this project is finished, it would have placed Ghana in a position where Ghana is one of the leading countries in terms of port efficiency, in terms of handling cargoes in and out.
Meridian Port Services MPS is a consortium of companies including Bolloré Africa Logistics, APM Terminal, and Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. The Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority GRA, George Blankson, has urged customs officers to acquit themselves creditably in the discharge of their duties in order to rake in the needed revenue for the state. Currently, 82% of revenue generated by customs originates from the port of Tema. Speaking at the send-off ceremony for the Assistant Commissioner of Customs Division of the GRA and the Sector Commander at the Tema Port, Osman Audu, George Blankson said there is a need for officers to be professional in their dealings in order to earn the respect due them.
In a profession where one comes into contact with money on day-to-day basis, and many fall to temptation along the way, he has been able to hold himself high and perform with integrity, perform with excellence and distinction, and now he has come to the point where we are celebrating.
The outgoing sector commander was described as someone who showed extraordinary brilliance in his 32 years of service at the GRA. Osman Audu on his part implored officers to acquire knowledge by taking their training seriously and also act professionally. He also encouraged officers to tirelessly give of their best to raise the image and productivity of the division.
These noble officers inculcated me in certain principles. These principles are knowledge, service to your nation, professionalism and integrity. That molded my character in customs. I therefore employ officers to acquire knowledge by taking their training serious, humble themselves, act professionally, but most importantly, be fair and fair.
Iron Port will remember Osman Audu for his friendliness, desire for positive change,
35 cartons. What are you going to do? Are you selling butcher or what?
And above all, better future for Ghana, and wish him well in the rest of his endeavors. He has since handed over to the incoming sector commander, John Vianney Kudamnuru. A workshop to expose the emerging threat of cybercrime on businesses and industries has been held by the Tema Chamber of Commerce and Industry in partnership with E-Crime Bureau. The workshop, which was under the theme Smart Work Under Smart Security for Businesses, was targeted at exposing the modus operandi of fraudsters who take advantage of technology and other cyber-related fraudulent tools to dupe unsuspecting clients of millions of Ghana cedis.
We've seen a lot of criminal activities also targeting businesses through electronic platforms, and hence we need to have this workshop at least to educate people to be aware of the risks that they are exposed to when they are transacting or engaging businesses electronically.
The founder and principal consultant of E-Crime Bureau, Albert Nchibuesiako, entreated businesses and industries to safeguard their business or risk losing it.
The losses are quite huge, running into thousands of dollars, most of the time when these cases are reported. So it's good that they build capacity, first of all, awareness of the risks, and secondly, making sure that their systems are periodically, auditing is done on their system, their network, their website, their computer systems, and having basic cybersecurity technology also installed on their systems.
I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace, your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
Thank you with transparency, commitment to integrity. The Royal Bank, the Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank, real banking, real difference.
If you are involved in logistics, if your work involves logistics and you have to come to UT Logistics, you haven't landed. Basically, what I want to do is to invite our clients to come, see the professionalism, see the speed, see the customer industry excellence approach that we have, the customer service that we have, and above all, our pre-finance package for our clients, which has become the #1 priority for clients these days.
Next up are schedules of vessels that are sitting at the anchorage, those in the port, and also those expected for the next week. Your concerns and comments up next on your screens.
Robert from McCarthy Hill says, please find out from GCNet and SEVS whether duties on cars are going to increase by 20% across board this year. Well, Robert, according to Customs, they have not been instructed to increase duties on cars. Isaac Mensa from Germany writes, please, EOP, I'll be grateful if you could give me the clearance cost of Ford Transits with the following VIN number. Robert from McCarthy Hill again wants to know if destination inspection companies will cease issuing FCVR to importers and Customs will take over the valuation of goods. Bob, Customs intend to take over the valuation of cargo from the DICs. However, no official communication has been given yet. Fifi Taylor says Iron Port is really an educative program. Please, I understand Ministry of Trade and Industry wanted to introduce GCAP. Please find out if it's true and when will it start and are stakeholders prepared for such a program? Fifi, so far GCAP has been suspended indefinitely.
Well, we've been warning you against those who claim that they can offer you vehicles to buy from the ports of Ghana. This is the reason, because we don't sell cars in the ports of Ghana. And a lot of people are getting duped as a result of this.
These guys sitting here told us that his name is Emmanuel.
Send a meme me, Menenakasayan, and then a man Akuma Ide, above, and yes, I'm for political betting in our office.
The state authorities that are mandated to handle such cases of fraud, and then defrauding people by false pretenses, will be to handle the case.
That plus many more come up next week. You can't afford to miss it. Stay with Iron Port.
Fraud alert. GPHA does not auction. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority wishes to inform the general public that the authority does not buy and sell on internet platforms and does not auction cars and other items in and around the port. Beware of fraudsters who claim to auction cars and other items in the ports and defraud people in the process. For further information, contact tema@ghanaports.net or call +233 303 202 758. Beware of fraudsters.
Well, that's it. Thank you for watching Iron Port. We'll be back same time next week on this same platform. Thanks to my crew, that's Solomon Anderson, also Prince Bruce Lamte, and the executive producer Paul Asariansa. We'll be back same time next week. Stay with us.